we're going to switch things up a little bit. And this is what's called an Amaro. And I figured, with Thanksgiving this week, maybe we'd do something a little bit different. This is an Italian liqueur that's most commonly drank after a meal, after a big meal. The Italians really, they're interested in the digestive process and how, eating is an entire experience. And what you would do with an Amaro is, hey, you say you've had, a couple of cocktails before dinner, you've had some appetizers, you have a big turkey dinner, maybe you have some pumpkin pie, maybe you have an espresso or a coffee with that. Then afterwards, just to sort of seal the palate and to just relax into the evening, you would pour an Amaro neat. Now, Amaro has become a little bit more popular these days because it's been included in a lot of cocktails. So maybe you're saying, hey, this is Broncos and Bourbon. I need to know something about bourbon. Well, Amaro is paired with bourbon a lot, and it just sort of is sort of that herbal feel that's like sort of like, hey, if you're drinking a cocktail and you're like, this tastes interesting, there's something complex in this, it might be Amaro that's included that makes you just sort of say, hey, there's an extra little layer of sophistication here. That it might be Amaro because it's become really popular. Even with, there's like this one in particular. This is Amaro Montenegro. This is a great Amaro to get introduced into Amaros. It's very light and it's very sort of nice to end a meal with. There's some citrus flavor going on here. This is a good introductory Amaro. You can find this pretty much anywhere at any liquor store, and it's under $40. So you might try this one out. Amaros tend to be in two different categories. They're either really bitter and they sort of have a medicinal quality, to them. I think that's how Amaros really first started got going. Like pharmacists would prescribe Amaro and it's like very herby. And then there's others that are sweeter, like this one falls into that. That's sort of like a nice after dinner, sort of like a nice, something to seal the palate. So this is what you might want to serve your Thanksgiving guests. They'll be like, what is this? And then you could tell them all about it. So this Amaro in particular is, it's not too bitter. It's not like going to be where you have to have like a palate that's already adjusted to it. That's not the case here. And this actually is very nice in an old fashioned too. If you want to make an old fashioned, add a little Amaro, and then that'll add just a little layer of complexity here. This one has been made since 1885, and it was made to celebrate Princess Elena of Montenegro. She was getting married to an Italian king in 1885, and that's when this was created. It's from Bologna, so you should give it a whirl here. It's comprised of 40 botanicals. So the way I drink this is neat. There's a lot of different glasses you can drink it in. This is a Glencairn. That's what I'm drinking, my single malts in. I don't have one of those cool little, like, sort of shooter glasses that they kind of like look like a champagne glass. I don't have one of those, so I go ahead and use this. I drink it neat. And in the summertime, it's really nice if you keep this like in the freezer or in the fridge, and it's cold and it's very, very refreshing to have after a big meal in the summertime. But you can see it's got this amber color. It smells very herbal and botanical. It's 23% alcohol. This one is. Some of them are much higher. This one is 23%. So this is not going to knock your socks off, but it's going to just be a nice way to end a meal. And, you could smell the citrus coming through here, and it smells really nice. And let me give it a try. It's so complex, and it's so like smooth, and it's like sweet, and it's just like really, it's just really refreshing and a nice, there's a long finish to it. You can taste a little bit of spice. The citrus at first is really citrus forward. And then it's just nice. It's like really relaxing to just have, it's like, it's sweet. It's sweet and a little bitter. And the balance is very nice. So It's really nice. The other thing I should mention about Amaros is that each bottle can be wildly different than the others. So like this Amaro Montenegro, this one tastes sweet and orangey and a little bit of bitter, but you could pick up a different bottle that's totally different, and it could be really way too bitter and not. I suggest that you do a quick Google search if you're interested, but this is a great way to finish off a nice Thanksgiving meal. So I would recommend that, and maybe it'll give you something to talk about with some of your guests. So I know I mixed it up a little bit this week, but it can still be added to an old fashioned, and I would encourage you to do that. And there you go. You still add in the bourbon. So it is still Broncos and Bourbon.